Coach.
Okay, appreciate it, Ross. Good morning, everybody. Cannot believe it's week 3 already. It's crazy. Seems like we were in camp yesterday, and man, the already in the end of the first quarter of our season here. So, but excited about getting back at it this week. Every week is really a season of its own. It really is, and that's how we look at it. And this week is no different. A lot of opportunity ahead, but it's all about where we are and just trying to continue to build our team and to grow our team and to get better. Got another opportunity, to go play this week. We're excited about it. It's the biggest game of the year. That's our mentality. And again, just to keep improving. And it starts in practice. So today is a critical day for us. Tuesdays, Wednesdays are tough and fast. Physical practices, and as I said last week, I just was really pleased with how they came to work all week, and especially coming off a tough opener, and we need that same type of preparation, because if we can get that week in and week out, I think our team has got a chance to really improve a bunch. So again, that's where it starts is in practice. Excited about ACC play kicking off. We got 7 straight conference games, and the next goal for us is very simple. It's win the division. So that starts this week. That's what's in front of us, and we know that we got a lot of improving to do to be the type of team we want to be overall and in this league. Our next challenge is Georgia Tech, and they are a much improved team. In all areas. They had a kind of a crazy opener with Northern Illinois, who's a good team, a good program, and I think that's the danger of openers when you don't know a lot about the teams, and they came out there and I think they caught them off guard from a schematic standpoint with some of their unbalanced sets and things that really hurt them, it was a hard-fought type. They went for 2 to win it. And it was a heartbreaker for them, but they bounced back. I think that's a sign of their maturity as well, and their culture growing. They bounced back this past week and played really, really well. So I think they're a much, much improved team. You can see that belief growing in what they do. They're committed and believe in their philosophy and what they do. I think that's important. It's going to start with their offense. I think that they've got offensively 7 guys back that have started 5+ games for them, so they're more experienced. Got 3 starters back up front, including a 4th guy coming in from Vanderbilt at left tackle. So experienced group up front. The back is special. He is a special player. He can do it all. He's going to touch it every which way they can get it to him. He'll have 20+ touches when the game is over. There's no doubt about that. He's a dynamic player. Their receivers are physical. You can tell they take a lot of pride in being physical. They got behind us a couple times last year and made some big plays. Quarterback-wise, they obviously got 2 guys, and I don't know if Sims is back or not, but expect both of them to play. And they're dynamic guys. They both can run the offense. But I thought Yates did a heck of a job last week. Very consistent. He's a very savvy guy. Really understands what they're doing. And Sims is they're both good runners. Sims is probably the more dangerous of the 2 when it comes to running the football. But they'll get them on the edge. They'll sprint, and you got all the throwbacks and a lot of screen game, a lot of different formations to adjust to, and again, just trying to get you in space. So good challenge for our defense with this bunch for sure. And then defensively, they got 10 guys that have started 5+ games back. So just the whole team is so much more experienced, and as a result of that, confidence, maturity, leadership, a lot of the same things y'all hear me say about our guys, especially on the defensive side of the ball. That's what you see with them. The strength is their secondary. Everybody's back. They've played a lot of football. They got a good transfer in there at middle backer, who's a very good player. They're not huge up front, but they play big. They play tough. They play with great effort. Same thing schematically. They give you a lot of different things from a coverage standpoint. One safety, two safety, double cloud. You get a little bit of everything. So just an improved team, and we're excited about the challenge, and we're excited about being back here in the Valley. It's a sellout. And I know it's going to be a great week. These are special days for me, special days for our team, to have an opportunity to play. Again, you got 12 days that you get, and you spend all year preparing for these days, and then you get, this year we get 6 days here at home. Ride by that stadium year round, and to see it come to life is a special day. So got another one of those opportunities, got 5 more. Lord willing, and we're excited about having a great crowd and a great environment, 3:30 game, and hopefully continuing to improve our team. Injury-wise, biggest thing to report to you guys is Dietrich Pennington's going to be out. He tore his ACL, so really, just big disappointment there. Going to be a great player. And I think a guy that, as the season went on, would have been a difference maker for us for sure. He's a lot like Marcus Tate as far as where he is. He just but he came in late, and but his grasp of things, his physicality, his athleticism. I mean, he's just this is probably the biggest group we've signed as a group in the OL. But really disappointed and hate that for him, but. Good news for him is he was able to get to camp. He was able to get a good experience and learn from it. He obviously can redshirt, and he'll be back better than ever. So, but that's 3 big losses for us in the OL. John Williams was a guy that was really going to help us this year, and obviously he's been out with his knee now for since camp, and then we lost Taquan. Taquan was going to really help us. So that's three guys that we were really counting on being contributors for us. So disappointing with that, but keep moving forward and hopefully get those guys better sooner than later. All right, any questions?
When you look at Georgia Tech, and you mentioned their experience, but can you tell the difference in recruiting, that their recruiting's improved over the team that you played 2 years ago, or what's the biggest factor, the experience or the recruiting?
All the above. They are doing a good job of recruiting. They've gotten some key transfer guys in there that is, I think, brought them a little more experience in the short term, which has helped them, and maturity as well. But just I think belief in what they're doing, familiarity, and you can tell that they've bought into the philosophy that they have there. And I think the coaches deserve credit for that because they've stayed committed. It's really easy, especially when things aren't, maybe going the way you want them early on to abandon ship, if you will. But those guys have stayed the course and stayed committed to what they believe in. And you can see them, building. And again, this was a really challenging situation, because you weren't just changing coaches and changing a culture. You're changing an entire schematic deal that had been in place for a long time, and it just takes time. So you can definitely see the improvement, with what Coach Collins and his staff are doing. They play with great effort. I think that's a sign of belief. You don't see guys loafing around or anything like that. They play hard. They play tough. And then they're smart coaches. I mean, they do a good job schematically of positioning their guys to have a chance to be successful.
Well, this is your first game. You took over the head coach years ago. Talk about where you come from your first time you saw Georgia Tech to now.
It's been an unbelievable journey. I was I don't know how many schools we have then. I guess, did we have 14 then? I don't even remember. I was 14th, I guess, and now I think I'm second by about 6 months or so, 8 months on with Coach Cutcliffe. So I've seen a lot of change, and this is my 13th year as a full-time head coach. So I've seen a lot of change over the years, and thankful to still be here and leading this program.
Anything else for Coach Swinney?
Is it hard to get a read on who they're going to put at quarterback?
Yeah, it is. Because we don't know. I mean, obviously we've played against Sims, so we definitely have some video and things like that. But with him getting hurt, we don't really know where he's at. But so it's you have to prepare though. So we don't know if he's going to play or not. Y'all got any intel? Go ahead and let me know. I'll take it. But we don't know if he's going to play. And they're going to do what they do regardless. But there's a little different emphasis and a little different. They both. Yates he's a good football player, man. Like I said, he's a winner, state champion quarterback, savvy kid, man, tough, and again very consistent. And but Sims is maybe a little bit better of a runner, a little more explosive in that part of the game, and he's a gunslinger too now. I mean he can rip it. So you just have to prepare for what they do and adjust as we need to. But yeah, it's a little bit of a difference between the two. But I think at the end of the day, they're gonna get that ball to that running back. They're gonna formation you. They're gonna tempo you. They're gonna be 11 personnel, a little bit of 10 mixed in there. They're gonna run their quarterback regardless of who's in there, and they're gonna take some shots. And they're gonna have all the boots and sprints and wheels and throwbacks that complement that.
You mentioned what you saw of Yates against Kennesaw, but what about the previous week against Northern Illinois, where it seems like he really gave them kind of a spark even when he had to replace?
Yeah, he came in. He's a good player. He's a very good player. Again, he's a winner, man. This kid is a savvy football player. Can throw the football, can run. He runs well. So I think they went into the season believing in both those guys. I don't think there's any doubt about that. So and you see that. You really see that more and more. With some of these teams, with a couple quarterbacks that they really believe in, and maybe bring a little bit of different skill set.
Is there any particular difficulty in getting ready for a team that doesn't put out a depth chart?
Well, we got tape. It's real hard on an opener, that's for sure, because you don't really have much. You just don't know. But thankfully, we do have 2 games, so we've got a pretty good idea. And we know who was there last year and who's not. So, that's but again, with 2 games in, you pretty much have an identity of who they are and what their personnel is.
Coach, were you able to watch any of the NFL this past weekend, some of your guys who have gotten their debuts, and just seeing your former players out on the field at a different level?
I did not get to watch much yesterday. Sunday. I saw just bits and pieces, more highlights. Sundays are long days, and some days I get more opportunity than others, but I didn't get much time this past Sunday to see many games. I get the updates, though. Clay usually fills me in on what happened that day. I know Nuke had a great day. T had a touchdown. I think Mike Williams had a big day. So I was kind of hoping that Sammy and Renfro would have a big Monday, and I did get to see, a little bit of that last night as we were finishing up here, and then I was trying to go to bed, and then I couldn't go to bed because both teams kept screwing it up, and it's like, who's going to win this game? Like, who's going to win the game? And so that was a wild one, but how much fun was that, man? And Sammy had a big game. And Renfro had a big game, big John Simpson in there, getting a start at guard, and Trayvon. So it's always fun to see those guys play. But Renfro's Renfro. He kind of does what he does, and Sammy had some monster plays as well. And it's always fun every time I get a chance to see Lamar Jackson play. He's one of my favorite players all time. Got mad respect for that guy. He's as difficult a player as I've ever had to prepare for. So always fun to watch him. It was a heck of a football game, and kind of some crazy situational stuff that came up in the game. So I did get to see a good bit of that one last night, and that's about it. But proud of all those guys. Got a lot of guys doing a lot of good things. I didn't get to see any of Trevor's game. I know he did some good things and some bad things, but he'll get better, and that's about it. So, y'all got any more updates? Let me know.
No, but you still expect Nolan to be able to go on Saturday?